I wanted to cover this Astroworld event, and basically it is about birthing. It's a birthing ritual.
Tonight, NRG Park is jam-packed.
Thousands of fans are there to enjoy the games, carnival rides, and of course, the music, especially the headliner and creator of the event, Travis Scott. Our Zach Tawatari is there with how the first night of the two-day event is going. Zach?
Just when you think this festival can't get any bigger, it takes things to another level. But that's what Astroworld is all about. From the music to the festivities, fans say they're getting everything they expected and then some. This world is like walking into another world.
So, the first thing I want to mention, this video was published the day of the concert, so this is before anything happened. And the first thing they say was it was a 2-day event, and it became a 1-day event. Anyway, the second day was canceled, so it's 2 into 1. The duality is gone. The next thing they say is that it is about entering into another world. And this is a stargazing. This is a portal. They're walking through the portal. There's cactuses here. I will mention this later. And mushrooms. Mushrooms like the Amanita muscaria mushroom. And this looks like a pyramid here. So these people are walking through a portal into another world. Basically, this whole thing is a ritual about the birthing process into the new world. This is run by Travis Scott, and it is taking place in Houston, Texas. We've had quite a few events lately in Houston, Texas. Houston means Hughes Town, or hug, heart, mind, and spirit. So there's that connection to do with the leavening or the ascension process. And Travis means to cross, traverse. So this is about crossing the bridge. And Scott means wanderer. So wanderer could be like the fool. So the fool comes to the bridge, comes to the crossing point, to the birthing canal.
Scott is the go. Astroworld, Houston native Travis Scott's fantasy.
What's this, bro?
Come to life. From the carnival to the music.
So you said this was a fantasy world of his creation. Wait, Travis Scott has had concerts in the metaverse. So he's luring his fans into the new world, the metaverse. And also at this festival, it was a carnival. Carnival is carnival, carnivale, to lose the flesh. We have to lose the flesh in order to return home.
To fashion that speaks volumes on its own.
I definitely wanted to stand out without doing like too.
Now, in the background here, you see he's bursting out of the box, or the cube. The cube is Saturn's cube, or Metatron's cube, and that has to do with the nature of this reality. And the pharaohs in ancient Egypt, they would show sculptures of the head rising out of the cube. That means that you have united heaven and earth. So earth is the cube, the time and space prison or prism, and bursting out of the cube, that's what this represents. He's being birthed into heaven, so uniting heaven and earth.
Too much? I don't know. Y'all tell me, is this too much?
A Ferris wheel, games, and huge lines.
I'm pretty sure everyone in this line expected it to be.
Set the stage for the performances that headline their tickets.
I'm super excited for SZA.
Festival goers like Jasmine Barajas have made it to all 3 Astroworld.
Big eyeball watching you. We live in an I. Everything's an I. Everything is I. It's about me. It's about you. It's an I. It's you. It's you in I-verse, the I-verse. We're in an I, the IXXI. The 2 X's are the third eye, double-crossed. We're moving to the open third eye, so that would be 1X, which is X, or Planet X, Planet Nibiru. I did a video on that already. Now this video was released November 6th. This is after the tragedy.
Jump in real quick, keep going.
The crowd began to compress towards the front of the stage.
So this is the the fire chief reporting on the event, and compress was a word that came up quite often. Compress, to press or pack something together, force or drive into a smaller compass. Compresser, compress, put under pressure. This is the leavening. And to press together, to squeeze with, together, to press, hold fast. Cover, crowd, compress.
Okay, and that caused some panic, and it started causing some injuries. People began to fall out, become unconscious, and it created additional panic.
So this has been called a crowd surge as well as a stampede, and crowd surge is it has the words cower or crow, crows as in corona, and urges, surge. Surge means fountain, stream, to rise or swell. To rise, arise, get up, mount up, ascend, attack, ascend, attack, to lead or rule. High rolling swell of water. High rolling swell of water, that's a tide or a tidal wave. And they keep bringing up the word wave. Wave, water, tidal wave, tsunami. So excited, rising up. Crowd, press, crush, again reference to the leavening, the pressing, the crushing, the pressure. To press, to push, to press, oppress, to crowd, like to not give people enough room. Pushing was mentioned quite a bit in these reports as well. To shove, move onward, strike with a thrusting motion, thrust forcibly against for the purpose of impelling. Urge, incite, press, promote, advance, or extend. So when you're in labor, they get you to push. The surge is about the water. The water is about to break. You don't push until your water has broken.
Sold-out music festival in Houston, Texas, triggered what officials declared a mass casualty incident after a crush of concert-goers started to push near the stage.
We had at least eight confirmed fatalities.
8 dead for your 88 loop or your infinity loop, and that's also the logo for the metaverse that Zuckerberg has just announced that his company is named Meta, and his logo is the infinity loop, which is the loop into the new world to keep you in the reincarnation loop, just in case you didn't wake up.
The tragedy unfolded Friday night at Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival during a performance by the rapper.
Suddenly we had several people down on the ground experience some type of...
Now this stage, I'm going to show you some more pictures of it eventually. There's a mountain. So we've had many events with mountain in it. Mountain has been featured in many codes. And this is the tunnel in the mountain. The mountain is symbolic of Mount Meru, or also the Mount Meru is the core, the heart. This is the Stargate, or the tunnel, the bridge, the tunnel into the new world. This is the birthing canal. So all of this is representative of the birthing canal into the new world, which is exactly like it looked in the Paris concert, and it had this same tunnel type effect, but on the other side, behind it, was the Eiffel Tower. So this was the womb and the phallus, and it also had the triptych with the two pillars on the side, and the womb and the tunnel in the middle. So that's what this represents.
experienced some type of cardiac arrest or some type of medical episode. And so
these people allegedly died of a cardiac arrest. Heart attack has to do with the heart chakra.
We immediately started doing CPR.
Video circulating on social media showed the unsettling scenes. At least 11 people went into cardiac arrest.
Everybody just screaming, help, help, help. It felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe, you couldn't see.
Scott stopped the show at least once when he spotted a fan in distress.
We need somebody to help him. Somebody passed out right here. Somebody passed out right here.
So this looks like the pyramid, and this is the capstone of the pyramid, and it's missing.
Clips of the concert shared to Instagram by his partner, Kylie Jenner, show the crowd of tens of thousands.
It was like a ripple effect. One person pushed and the whole crowd just went forward.
So this witness said it's like a ripple effect. So the ripple effect has come up again. Ripple effect. Ripple is the foundation of the new world.
He also organized the festival to raise funds for his youth charity, the Cactus Jack Foundation.
Now, this is a very strange name for a youth charity, for any charity at all. The Urban Dictionary definition of Cactus Jack has to do with masturbation. And basically, you sit on your hand until it's numb and masturbate until it feels like someone else is doing it. And that partial numbness is pins and needles in your hand. Pins and needles is a tingling sensation in a limb recovering from numbness. Now, pins and needles obviously refers to the vaccine needles. Jack means God is gracious. So Jack is short for Jonathan, Jackeen, Jack in the Box. Jack is Lucifer. This guy, this is Travis Scott. I had to look him up. I didn't know who he was. he is the partner of Kylie Jenner, and they have a baby and a half, one on the way. So this guy is wearing a pearl necklace. Now, there was a big deal made out of a baseball player some time ago who also was wearing a pearl necklace, and pearls mean like wisdom. Pearl necklace, there's like a sexual connotation to that, which is meaning that, you know, this is like semen. Pearls generally mean wisdom. You don't throw your pearls before swine. And beacons of light for those who see the world through spiritual eyes. And on his t-shirt, he's got blue characters walking through a screen and turning red. So this is representative of the duality and moving into a new world.
And this morning, that festival is canceled after that deadly and horrific night you all have just described. Travis Scott, the festival founder, was on stage, 9 o'clock, performing, when all of a sudden, that crowd surged.
Definitely getting pushed very aggressively, and it was intense.
And this video, captured during the day on Friday, shows hundreds of people rushing checkpoints and destroying security property at the entrance.
To be trapped, essentially, up at the front, and they began to be trampled, and they actually had people falling out and passing out. They quickly overwhelmed those medical resources, and patients were being essentially, 10 all the way up to the mid to late 20s. Tragically, 8 of them lost their lives.
So here are the horses and the horsemen of the apocalypse in their various colors. And it's not unusual for police to be mounted at a concert. It's not common. The other thing about the horses is I did a video about the headless horse, the horse that was going the wrong way on the highway and got hit by a car and got decapitated. So horses have been kind of featured prominently lately. Then there was another news story forget which one it was. Some kid went missing or something, and they had 4 horsemen of the apocalypse in that one too. So this horseman they're basically throwing it in your face a lot lately that the four horsemen of the apocalypse are here. They refer to this as a stampede in this video, a general scamper of animals, generally caused by a fright, an uproar, stamp, press, pound. Now, there was a stampede several months ago in Israel, and it was a stampede of people trying to get out of a concert again, and they were exiting down a ramp, and there was a stampede, so people got trampled. It's a very similar situation. So a concert is an agreement of 2 or more in design or plan, accord, harmony, separate, distinguish, decide, discriminate. This has to do to sieve. You're panning for gold. You're sifting out the wheat from the chaff. So this is the leavening process again. This is the ascension process. This is the separating between the people who can see from the people who can't see. Again, like they said in the concert, open your eyes to a whole new universe. Open your eyes. And in the metaverse, you need glasses to see the metaverse, but you also need to open your third eye in order to see the real metaverse. Now, Travis Scott did a very unconvincing video to say he was sorry about what happened. I'll just show you a short clip.
You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, help them get the help they need, I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. The City of Houston, HPD, Fire Department.
So not only is he unconvincing, but most of the people in the comments don't buy it. His body language speaks volumes. This video convinced me he doesn't care one bit. Seems like he's more worried about a lawsuit than the lives lost. Lying. The only devastation he's expressing is regarding liability. So they think that he's lying just to, save face or prevent issues of being sued or whatever. But no, he's lying because he's acting. Because, I can't say it, but you know what I'm talking about. Now, this is a better image of the birth canal here.
Following a mass casualty incident. The pregnant beauty mogul and the supermodel each posted from the Houston event prior to the tragedy, sharing videos of the crowd and stage on their Instagram stories during performances.
So here you can see this is the birth canal, and above it has the phoenix on the mountain.
It's 17 people.
The phoenix is right where that missing capstone was. So this is like the rebirth of unification of heart and mind.
The hospitals, 11 of whom were in cardiac arrest. It wasn't immediately clear whether those who died were among the people who had been taken to hospitals. The fire chief told AP that many...
So the previous image was this bloody red mountain. It's burning, it's on fire. It's a bloody red mountain. I think this is an eye in the middle here. And this is the tunnel, the portal into the new world. And the phoenix is on the capstone above. And then the very next image, it's green. Heart chakra, Mount Meru. This is the Emerald City. This is all green. Look how beautiful it is, and peaceful and cool and calm. This is on the other side. This is the other side through the tunnel. This is what it's like. At the entrance to the festival, the idea is that you walk through his mouth. You don't have to, but that's the idea. You even get the impression that that's how you're entering into the concert. And it's called Astroworld, Star World, that's where we live now. So this is a representation of walking through the mouth or the south or the entrance into our world. So I want to play for you a clip from Santos.
Folks, that is the Ptolemaic flat earth model. That is ton, all these are ton, but it's actually the earth. And these are the 8. This is the solstices, this is the equinoxes, this is the cross-quarter days, this is the moon's 28, and then there's Mercury, then the ring of Venus, then the ring of the Sun, then the ring of Mars, then Jupiter, then Saturn, and this is the zodiac here. This is the zodiac. Guys, this is exactly the same as the Ptolemaic system, which I've been teaching forever. There it is, guys. And you see the tongue sticking out? You'll see the same thing with Krishna. This is electromagnetism. Those eyes are the stereographic hyperbola. It's a stereographic depiction of the hyperbola.
So this is the mouth that you're walking into, and this, he said this is Earth. This is not Earth. This is the core. This is the center. And behind him you can see is this sort of triangular like structure that looks exactly like the Eiffel Tower. And there was a concert in Paris not long ago that had this circle with the Eiffel Tower behind it, and then these two ears or whatever these are. This is the Eiffel Tower behind the circle, the phallus behind the O. This is the phi symbol. But also this represents the sun in the middle, in the core of the hyperbola, as he says here. So this isn't Earth, this is the center. This is Mount Meru, the mountain, and within the mountain is the tunnel. So that's the birthing canal. So you come in and out, in through the mouth, out through this is a womb we're in, so you are birthed into the new world. Now, he identified all the rings. So you've got the moon, and then Mercury, then Venus, then the sun, Mars, and then Jupiter and Saturn. So if the sun is out here, it can't be in here as well. If you look at the Cosmic Egg model by Martin Kenny, as he presented it, Martin Kenny has explained the rings around the Earth. It's like a ripple effect. It's the various domes, the sound frequencies that are separating the various worlds. So in the center you have the hyperbola, the core, with the mouth, the portal that allows you entry into the various worlds. And then you have the moon, the portal gateway into the worlds. Then you have Mercury and Venus, and that's the core, that's the center. That's why there's the Venus is green, is heart, is Emerald City. That's the next world towards the center. And then you have the sun, which is our path. That's our territory. Then you have Mars. So they keep saying going to Mars, or we're going to Venus. So you're going green. Green is Venus, Emerald City. So you're either going to go in or you're going to go out. And these rings around the Earth are said to contract and expand. So there's a lot of references to compression. So perhaps the compression is what they're referring to, and that's what starts the birthing pains, the compression. So you're compressing these rings, and you will either move inward or move outward. And maybe some will stay in the Earth territory, but these rings are moving, and you're going to end up either going to Mars, which is red, or going to Venus, which is green. And perhaps some stay in the middle. So, or maybe this is like a purgatory and this just disappears, because they said there will be no more sun and no more moon. That says in the Bible. So yeah, I wanted to point this out to explain to you what this actually is. Some YouTubers have claimed that this is a ritual for hell, a gateway to hell, and that's their fear-based interpretation, which is not accurate. It is actually the birthing process into the new world, and the new world is Venus. It's a ritual to Venus. This is the Aztec god here in the middle. His name is Tonatiuh. I probably mispronounced that. Movement of the sun. Now this is the movement of the sun inside the hyperbola. It was an Aztec sun deity of the daytime sky and ruled the cardinal direction of east. Was known as the fifth sun and was given a calendar name of Naui Olin, which means for movement. Alright, so on these posters here, this is live at Utopia Mountain. I mean, they're hyping it as a utopia. On the poster, it says, "Open your eyes to a new universe." They're literally telling you what this is about. This is a portal to the new world. And like I said before, Travis Scott is one of the first people to hold a concert in the metaverse. And so in the physical representation, the metaverse is the new universe. But in reality, the new universe is moving to heart chakra, is moving to a whole new world. This is no wonder people think this is fear-based, because a lot of the projections onto the physical are fear-based, because of the ego not wanting to move on, not wanting to die. And if you move on to the new world, the ego must die. So again, like I said, this is a ritual of the two collapsing into one, the duality collapsing into unity. Here you've got the t-shirt that he was wearing. You've got the people walking through the portal to the other side, and it says here, "We'll see you on the other side." So the other side is the new world. So we must be very close to the birthing process and moving into the new world. This ritual really does emphasize how close we are to it. Now, November 5th to the 6th, 5-6 it's either 1, so you have 6 minus 5 is 1, or 5 plus 6 is 11, so you got 11-11. 11-11 is representative of the mirror of the twin pillars. So to me, I mean, this could be totally imagination, but to me what that represents is when you join heart with mind, so mind being 7, the crown chakra, heart being 4, you add 4 and 7, you have 11. 11 and 11, you smash the mirror into the other side. The 11-11 represents the mirror effect of being able to see the other side. So you have the twin pillars on either side of the mirror, which is your 11-11, and then when you smash the mirror, it just collapses into one. That's how I see it.
Experiencing, quote, some type of cardiac arrest or medical
These people who were compressed and squeezed, and that is again a representation of the leavening, and I can't breathe. So I think some people will not make it through, is what that's saying. That there's too many people, it's overcrowded, and so people won't make it through. And a lot of these people are not supposed to make it through to the other side, to the other world. They're bringing in the old mind to the new world, and that can't happen. So those people won't make it through. And, like I said, maybe if it goes in 2 directions or 3 directions, some go to Venus and some go to Mars and some stay here, then it's just going to be a separation. But the cardiac arrest, the heart attack, heart is being attacked. You're not going to be able to make it to Venus, which is all heart, if your heart is attacked.
Satterwhite said people were moved and CPR was administered immediately.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. unless you count this one as well. These could represent the rings of the earth going into the core, into the center.
His way closer to the stage as the night went on.
So here is a better shot of the phoenix above the portal.
This is his cell phone video. You can see Reese is not far from the stage, but look at just how many people are crammed in there. Listen as he describes the crowd of thousands essentially becoming like water when Travis Scott took the stage.
So them saying that they became like water, I mean, that is not a comparison that anybody would ever use in describing a crowd becoming like water. So the water is about the waters above, the waters below, but it is about the birthing process. So when your water breaks, that's an indication that labor pains are in progress and you're about to give birth. So that is a direct connection to the labor process.
It literally, the crowd becomes a fluid, essentially. You get pushed from the back because people keep pressing in, and then the people at the gates, they don't have anywhere to go, they push back, and so you're just kind of like flowing. It's almost like a wave, but an uncontrolled wave. And you're not actually standing on the ground, you're just standing on other people's shoes.
Like a can of sardines, Reese says people were so crammed in that you could not push back. Says the crowd became even more chaotic once the performer Drake joined Travis Scott on stage for a performance. Said people were screaming for the concert to stop.
I mean, I'm around people, they're yelling, "Stop the show," chant. People were chanting, "Help, stop the show." And that's when I was like, dude. And then he stopped for a second and he said, "What?" And then he looked over on one side. He told them like, "Hey, get her up, get her up."
Video.
His sweatshirt says Yukon. So he's lying to you. But yeah, stop the show. That probably has some code in it. I don't know what that would be, but it could be about the overall show. People don't want it to go on anymore, but yeah, this is all a show. That's my interpretation of what happened here. It is not a satanic ritual. It is not devil worship. It is not the gateway to hell. It is basically he's like the messenger to tell you that we are ready to move on to the new world. So I think things are very, very close. This is a pretty dramatic presentation they've put together here, and we'll be leaving the Astroworld, the Star World, the You and I verse, the tarot play, tragedy. You remember what tragedy means? Tragedy is a fiction, a work of fiction, a play. Thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.